What's going down, everybody? It's John, aka BuffLlama, and the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare trailer came out last night. It was supposed to premiere, I believe, on Sunday, but it got leaked, and Call of Duty was just like, fuck it, we're just going to show you now, and it just released the trailer. It released it on its Call of Duty channel. I would like you guys to go and check out that trailer really quick, pause my video, come back, and check it out. Well, let me go ahead and say first, before we do this, very quickly, that all this seems to be captured from campaign mode. So keep in mind that anything that we talk about today from these screenshots, if we're talking about multiplayer, it's all speculation. This appears to all be from campaign. So this first image right here appears to be an exoskeleton suit. That word's been going around a lot on Twitter lately, and it looks like the exoskeleton suits from Crysis. It has a very familiar feel to the Crysis suits that we see. If you've ever played Crysis, the suits in that game look very familiar to these right here, and I think that this could be kind of cool. And I do have a theory on these suits a little bit later. I'm going to get to that a little bit later. And right here, the next one that we have is a screenshot of what appears to be, we see him a lot in the trailer. I imagine he is the main character of the story. He is in what looks to be a helicopter from the inside. And great detail on it too, by the way. We see right here, why I took the screenshot is because there is perhaps a faction for multiplayer. I said perhaps a faction for multiplayer. Perhaps. We don't know for sure anything about multiplayer yet. This is all just speculation, I'll say again. But you see right there on his armor, you see Atlas. That could possibly be a name of a faction for multiplayer. Kind of cool. I like that name. And I think that would be pretty cool if that was a faction for multiplayer. This is hell clicking around on this thing. Anyways, this is right here what a particular suit looks like from the front. In the trailer, the visor did come down. I'm not posting any of the video from the trailer. I don't want to get bombarded with. I don't know if I'm even allowed to post a trailer like that. But this is what the suit looks like from the front. This could be just typical armor. It could just be typical armor, but I do have my theory about the armor in this game. I do have my own thoughts on how the armor will go in this game, but it does look pretty cool. They did a great job at nailing the Master Chief sort of look to it. It has a cool looking visor on it. If that's the way the characters look in this game, it's going to be badass. Let me say that right now. The next one here, let's see. Here we see what looks to be the main character of the game. Like I said, we see him a lot in the trailer, but he appears to be boosting himself across a broken part of the bridge. You could see sort of a small jet stream behind him, indicating that there's some sort of booster pack on him. At least some of the at least on some of the characters' armors, there will be a booster pack. We see it a lot in the trailer, like I said. But this appears to be one of the characters in the game. I believe the main character in the game boosting across a bridge. And we do see that a little bit later here in the breakdown. But that would be kind of cool. If it is in multiplayer, that would bring a little bit of a feel from Titanfall, I imagine. For many of you who've played Titanfall, you do have that little jet thing that jets you up. It's not exactly a jetpack, I don't think you can say, because that would mean that you would have to, or you would have the ability to hover, at least in my mind. That would be a jetpack, but it doesn't look like you can hover with these things. And on the next one here, we have a silenced weapon. Appears to be a combat. I think it's a compact AR. That's what just my thoughts about it. Don't worry, I'm not going to go into the best class setup tomorrow or anything like that. This is all just speculation. Or perhaps this could be an SMG. It does look like an SMG also, but we know, I say that, we know. It could be just an assault rifle or an SMG. That's in my mind, unless it's some crazy-looking compact sniper rifle. There is some sort of dual hologram sight on the weapon, but we get a really good look at that a little bit later. There is already a lot of flack for this one right here. This is a cloak. People on Twitter were telling me that, there's a cloak in the game, it's going to ruin the multiplayer, and I had Alucard on my video yesterday say that, or on Twitter yesterday say that cloak would ruin the multiplayer. I don't think so necessarily, especially with my idea about how the suits of armor are going to work, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But this cloak, you know, obviously you guys don't know. For you, those of you who are like, what's a cloak? You can go invisible. It does not show for how long. It just shows the instance in which he does cloak. But cloaking is possible in the game that we see from right here in the trailer. At least in campaign, we know for sure. We don't even know if it's in multiplayer. Like I said, none of this we know is for a fact is in multiplayer. It's all speculation at this point. It's always like that this time around. We always see the trailer and we speculate, and half the time some of the things that we see in the trailer never show up in multiplayer. So don't get your panties in a wad yet. We don't know if cloaking is in fact in multiplayer. But my guess and my idea about the armor is that there will be different types of armor, allowing you to have different abilities. This one in particular allows you to cloak. If you're wearing this particular armor, you can cloak. I think that's interesting. There has to be some give and take. If it's going to be in multiplayer, if you use this cloak or this armor that enables you to cloak, you have to give up something for it. Because cloaking, if it's a specific amount of time, it's going to suck for a lot of people to go up against people who cloak. That's going to be a pain in the ass. Now right here, this I believe to be armor that gives you extra strength. Huge speculation on this one, but this guy is blasting open this door with his bare hand, and I think that there could be an armor that you equip that would give you extra strength, so you could bust through doors, or maybe, you know, a melee attack would be stronger, or something like that. It would just give you extra strength, because this guy is busting open a door with his own hand. This could just be in the story, like a character just doing an action, and it has nothing to do with there being an extra strength sort of suit of armor or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know what I think it is. The next one right here, you get a look. Very good look at the duel hologram site from before. It appears that one of the holograms is a red dot, and the other one, I don't know if it's in front or behind, is the crosshairs that line up with it. Kind of line up around it to make it one site, creating a sort of a detailed reticle. This image also shows the effects of a certain piece of equipment. They threw up some sort of canister, and it exploded, and now you see, you know, it exposes them like in sort of like a cool reddish looking thing. This could just be in campaign. Like I said before, I think a canister, if it was in multiplayer, you throw it and it does this, it has this sort of effect, would be a little bit overpowered. That's just my thought. So my speculation for this would be that this piece of equipment would only be in campaign. We saw that before in other Call of Duty games where they had some sort of equipment that was not in multiplayer. So I think that's what we have here. This right here looks to be a giant suit similar to the Mark I from Iron Man, if you've ever seen that movie. Fantastic movie. Or sort of a downscaled Titan from Titanfall. I love how we're talking about the new Call of Duty, and Titanfall is coming up a lot. There was, in the Call of Duty trailer on YouTube, if you go there and look in the comment section, there's a lot of people like, oh, they're copying Titanfall, and, you know, there are some similarities, but I think these games were made just around the same time, so I don't know. If they're copying, they're copying, but it doesn't matter. If the game's fun, the game's fun. But like I said, it looks sort of like a downscaled Titan from Titanfall. It has a normal human right there. You see his face and everything. This could be, my speculation right here, this could be a replacement for the Juggernaut. I want you guys to speculate with me. Do you think this could be a Juggernaut replacement? Here we see that same suit in action, firing what looks to be sort of a chain gun sort of thing. I think it was firing a little bit too fast to be a single cannon, but it could be a chain gun. If so, that would only add to the idea that this could be a Juggernaut replacement. But again, this is all obviously speculation at this point. But I think that, in my mind, this could be a very good Juggernaut replacement if they have this in multiplayer. Here we have what looks to be drones. This looks like the Vulture from Ghost, but it looks a little bit more advanced looking than the Vulture from Ghost. The Vulture and Ghost look kind of like two fans that had a gun attached to the bottom of it. These look a little bit more advanced, and they look a little bit cooler in my mind, I think. And they appeared in the trailer to have some sort of a mind of their own. It's like their own little drones. Maybe, this could possibly be a kill streak where you throw it up and it goes around the map and buzzes around and just kills people. Like maybe they have their mind of their own. if you could control it, that'd be kind of cool. But still, these are kind of like coolish, futuristic-looking robot things. I think they're kind of cool. But again, there's no way to know for sure. This right here shows a picture of a highway. I wanted to cover this photo right here because, or the screenshot here, because I think this would be a very interesting setting for a map. I've always wanted a map where you play on a bridge. You play. There was a map on, I believe it was Combat Arms on PC that I was playing. There's a bridge map. And it sucked ass. There was a train going down the middle of it. You didn't really have any place to move. But I think a multiplayer map on a bridge would be kind of cool. It would be very close quarter fighting, very tight lines of sight. I think it would be very interesting. But right here in the bottom right, you also see a helicopter. Possibly the design we will see in multiplayer. Like I said, possibly. We don't know for sure. Here we see multiple units on top of a truck. This is the one that I wanted to screenshot because there appears to be a new sight here. If you look closely, the two on the far side of the truck has what appears to be a holographic sight on their weapon. You could kind of see the little the design of the holographic sight. The guy closest in the image, the one closest to you, has an interesting looking sight on his weapon. It could be thermal. It looks like a sight like that, maybe even an ACOG scope, a futuristic-looking ACOG scope. But please, please, please don't be an easy mode target finder knockoff. Don't be any of the easy mode scope where it lights people up and shows you where everybody is in like a red triangle or something like that, a red diamond or whatever. Don't make it something like that. Make it an ACOG or, even a thermal. You can't really get rid of thermal. Thermal's kind of an actual thing, but don't come up with something that just lights people up automatically. It's like, beep, beep, here they are. Beep, beep, hey, shoot this guy. Like, don't do that, please. This right here shows a character in campaign climbing a wall using these sort of like power glove looking things. From what they look like, they like these little glove things. Maybe they're part of your armor. Maybe that's another section of the armor that you can do these climbing things with. That would be sort of cool. A lot of this with the booster packs and stuff make me believe that the maps are going to be a little bit too big. Hopefully not. But again, that's way down the line. That's huge speculation. But this combined with the booster packs on your back could lead to some very fun parkour during play. Like I said, Titanfall, this is looking a lot like Titanfall with the parkour, but if this is in the multiplayer, this would be really, really fun and an easy way to get around instead of just doing your normal running and walking and kneeling or whatever. You could jetpack around the damn map. That would be kind of cool. And it is kind of like an add-on to what is in Titanfall with a boosting up walls and stuff like that. These are the vulture-like drones that was shown a little bit earlier, but it is thrown by a female character in this image. She grabs this drone, throws it up in the air, and it unfolds in the air and starts to fly away. Maybe that's how they're generally deployed normally. If they're in multiplayer, it's not going to be like the Hunter Killer. From what it looks like in the trailer, it takes a little bit more. It's a little bit more tedious to throw these up than it is a Hunter Killer. You just whip out a Hunter Killer and throw it up like a paper airplane. But with this one, it looks a little bit more tedious. The action seems to be a little bit more tedious. What it looks like to be the damn character movement whenever you throw this up seems to be a little bit more, or require a little bit more strength. So I don't believe it's going to be as fast. If it is in multiplayer, it's not going to be as fastly deployed as the Hunter Killer was in Black Ops 2. Fist was talking about this yesterday on Twitter. This doesn't really interest me too much, but it's just something that I wanted to talk about. This looks to be like sort of a collapsible wall that's used for cover, but for multiple teammates to use. Sort of like a bigger riot shield from Black Ops 2. Now, if this is in multiplayer, I don't see this being equipment. I think it's too large to be equipment, and that would be way overused for that. But I could see this possibly being a kill streak of some sort, where you place one end down, go and place the other end down to a certain length that they'll allow you to go, and you and a couple teammates can take cover behind this. I don't know if it would be too overpowered as a kill streak. I don't know. You tend to take things and make them kill streaks, and you don't see them too much in the game unless they're like dogs, which everybody uses in Ghost. But with this, I wouldn't see this being overused at all. Next, this is more evidence that there are booster packs in the game. This shows a character out in front of you jumping over a gap, or boosting over a gap, like what appears to be on a ship. Again, this is just more evidence that there are booster packs in the game. And this right here, this kind of goes along with the booster pack thing. It shows a character in the game performing a jump kick at the enemy. I could see this sort of attack not necessarily replacing the knife attack, but running alongside it. Maybe you can knife, but if you want to like do like a jump kick on somebody, you can perform one. It would be cool if it was loosely used, though. I don't want to jump up at somebody and it be like a quick time event, or it be, you know, a thematic thing where you jump up at somebody and it's an actual. I'm trying to find the word. If it's like an animation, I don't want that. I want to be able to freely jump up and kick, and if you connect, then you connect. I think that would be kind of cool, especially playing, you know, Search and Destroy or something like that, where you want to get a last kill and you jump up and kick them. I don't know if a jump kick would be fatal on the first hit or not. Maybe it could daze him or something like that. But running alongside the knife attack, I think, is what it's going to do. But anyway, that is the speculation on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I want you guys to comment down below and let me know your thoughts on this. Do you guys think that this game is going to bring back that feeling, the addictive feeling, and what you guys think of the trailer? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section below. Let's have a discussion. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace.